Alrighty, hey there guys, this is Rooster. I'm here to, give you a couple tidbits. This is an impromptu video really, but a couple tidbits on how to go about using your older hardware, whether you have it just laying around, or if you even acquire it, you have to do somebody else. But this is mostly if you have old hardware, such as me. You know, I have tons and tons of old crap that I don't use, or I just have as backups really. And this is a way for you to utilize those parts, productively. So, and my cat is totally after the door right now. Lovely, lovely timing. So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. This happens to be the I'm totally handheld and not narrating this one, who cares? This happens to be the Thermaltake V3 ATX mid-tower case, as you can see right there. If you want to see the, hold on, pardon me, I'm gonna have a glove in my hand. If you want to see the link for it, it'll be this one right here. And so, yeah, as you can see, we already have it populated with parts. And what I want to go ahead and say is, the beauty of saving parts, obviously if they still work, oh my god, my cat's murdering. You know what, you want to come inside? Yeah, here, come and say hi. Oh, run away! Run away when I open the door. My cat trolls me, I swear to God. Anywho. So, the beauty of having old parts that, not ancient parts really, because there's only so much you're able to do with that. But as you can reuse them, and that's essentially what I did for this. I went ahead and I purchased this V3, and let's go ahead and turn it around. I had this glove on for a reason, because this thing's a fingerprint magnet. Let's go ahead and turn it around. So you have the light right in here, perfect. I went ahead and I actually purchased this V3, pretty cheap price. So I can populate it with old parts. And yeah, excuse the cable management. This case doesn't have a whole lot of, cable management holes or cable routing. Oh my god, she's back. She must know I'm recording. So anyway, I'm going to try to speed this up as much as possible because I'm getting distracted. So anyway, let me just say what I got. Diablotech 300 watt, that's been laying around, still works, barely used. This is a Intel dual core on the 775 socket, not 1155 or 1156. This is, back with the Core 2 Quad, Core 2 Duo days. But this happens to be a Pentium E5700. And it also has a GT 520, a GeForce, and this one's made by Galaxy. Yeah, you can kind of see that blue right there, but the motherboard is BioStar. And what we have in here is a 160 Seagate Barracuda drive. It's SATA. And a DVD burner, IDE of all things, laying around that I had laying around that I also popped in there as well. And that's gonna, that's really all you would need. I mean, to put a Blu-ray thing in this is a little silly. I mean, you could, but considering how much they cost, you might as well upgrade the entire thing. But so the point I'm trying to make is you can really utilize some older parts. And just make it a completely new system, so to speak, or a new old system if you want to call it that. And you can certainly use this as a means to make a buck on the side, and you can make a system like this and put it on Craigslist or eBay, whatever the case may be, put it at a price point that you think is reasonable, and then put or best offer, OBO. And you might make a buck there. You'll make a profit on top of, because let's say the case was 20, 30 bucks, and you already had these parts laying around, and you sell it together as a system, 250, 300 bucks, something like that. You look at what the current market prices are for, even like a dual core today, HP, made by HP or something or whatnot, with minimal memory and minimal hard drive space, you're still looking at 400, 500 bucks today, and that's just the system. You don't get a monitor, you don't get a keyboard. But for example, something like this, if I were to sell it, I could definitely put this on Craigslist for about 300 and include a keyboard. And I do have some other monitors laying around, but I don't plan to part with those yet because those are really backups just in case I mess things up, which I tend to often. So yeah, it's got 4 gigs of DDR3 Patriot 1333. And but also what this would really make a nice what this idea is great for is someone's birthday, Valentine's, anything, Christmas, Hanukkah, anything, for any good occasion, any special occasion you want to give this as a gift. you can totally reuse your old parts that you're not going to touch. I mean, you're almost sure that you're not going to touch them, so you might as well throw them away if you're not going to do that. But instead of doing that, put them together in a brand new system, so to speak. Give it to someone like your little cousin, your brother's son, daughter, you know, somebody that could really use it. Or your grandmother, you know, give it so they have something to use, access the internet, browse the web. Maybe even, you know, if you're giving it to someone, you know, younger, like I said, a little cousin or something, or even like for your little brother, I don't know, whatever the case may be. Something like this, a setup like this, an equivalent setup, could still be used for a little bit of light gaming. I mean, I can't specifically say what kind of games you can use this for, but it is possible. You can play a lot of Flash games still. You can play a lot of older games. Something like this right now, I can tell you, this can play Crysis 1. Most likely, you know, very medium low settings, and probably not at very high resolutions. I wouldn't recommend it at 1080p, probably something more like 720. But it is possible. I mean, I've tried it on this system already. After I did put it together, I want to see exactly what it was still capable of, and it still pushes a little bit. It still holds its own a little bit. But yeah, so guys, that's basically it. I mean, here, I'll just give you a quick little overview of the system here. You got the I/O panel. There you go. All that stuff. Pretty nice, pretty simple. And again, excuse me for the cable management. I mean, oh no, I'm touching it without gloves. But yeah, here's the front. Here's a little drive I had laying around. You have your front I/O here. I think pretty sure I already said that in the other video. I mean, why wouldn't I? 2 USB, microphone, headphone out, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so I mean, you find some cases that are on sale, or with a mail-in rebate, free shipping, whatever the case may be, whatever is going to draw you to that case more than to something else. Because that's the thing, you don't want to go ahead and buy a $100 case or a $50 case when in the long run you're only going to make like a $20 or $30 profit if you sell it as a whole system using your old parts into a new case. For example, this case I believe was $30 with a mail-in rebate of 10, or a mail-in rebate that made it 30, I forget already. So let's say I sell it for 300 if I decide to, or 250. I'm going to make 100 or so profit on this thing, considering how much I originally paid for the parts as well. Because yeah, and I include a free keyboard if I want, to entice some buyers. And this would be great for a student. So I mean, just sky's the limit when you have parts laying around. But I mean, if you have something absolutely ancient, then don't even bother. But as long as you know your goods. Your goods? That was a weird way to put that. That sounded sick. Don't laugh at me. As long as you know your stuff, you're going to know what is capable. For those of you that are inclined, I'm not saying those of you watching aren't, but that's what these kind of videos are for, to educate you. And if you do learn something at the end of the day, then hey, I'll sleep better at night. So guys, thanks for watching my video. And, oh yeah, that's to say, Paul's Hardware, Paul from Newegg, he had a similar video to this. He beat me to it. So actually, if you want to check his link, it'll be right over here, whereas the V3 review of this case is going to be right here again, so that'll be the second time I've linked it. And guys, if you enjoyed the video, please sub and like. I would more than appreciate that. Any kind of love you would show would be greatly appreciated, and that was so redundant. I just said appreciated twice. Alright, just like the video. Leave me alone. I'm going to go get a drink.